Hey Vitali.
Hello. How do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. How are you?
It's okay. So far, so good.
Sure.
How are you doing?
It's been really busy right now. But yeah, how have you been? What's going on? How are you handling everything?
What do you know about this?
Um,
Let's start from this.
yeah. Well, from the perspective we have over here, it looks like, Vladimir Putin has been aggressive in setting up troops and in invading Ukraine. There's some debate whether, well, what is his motive? Why is he doing this? Is a big question over here. Also, the idea of total uncertainty about how this could escalate even more and the safety of people in Ukraine. What's it like just being there where you are right now? How are you guys interpreting all
Oh,
of this?
okay. So yeah, it's like all day having my phones with notifications about news. Every like couple of minutes,
Mm.
there are like something like tank somewhere the airplane, somewhere is a bomb, somewhere our army arrested some diver sons, or I don't know how to say, like people who are fighting
Traitors?
from inside.
Yeah.
How do you say?
Um,
How
it,
did you
it
say?
it could be separatists, those who want Ukraine pieces of Ukraine to separate, or just
Some
traitors.
kind of, yeah, it's like people, yeah, someone who helps enemies, something like that. And yeah, in general, it's in my place where I am right now. Um, it's more or less safe. It's um, about 150 maybe kilometers from Kiev. It's central Ukraine, but not very central. It's not that big city, and not in the center of the city. So it's like more or less safe place.
Okay.
But I have my brother, I have my friend in Kiev right now, and of course the most interesting and disturbing situation is happening right there. So why is it happening? I don't personally know myself as well. From what we like, even news probably don't explain us too much about this. Probably the most obvious thing is that Russian government wants to just expand their territory and influence and make Ukraine again become the part of Russia, or I don't know, to make us their slavers. I don't know. It's like something that is translated into news. From another point of view, I today just watched about 40 minutes. I don't know. It's about 60%. Then I didn't have a chance to watch it longer. Um, the interview of I believe it's American professor, politologist, if is this word exists in English, like the person who learned politics, and he explained motivation of Russia. It was like 5 days ago, I think this video was released, and it explains that Russia is kind of afraid of potential that possibly NATO will expand to the east more. So they would not allow NATO to be like so close to them. So they annexed Crimea and started all this Donbass Lugansk story, and now they like their last chance to kind of stop all this stuff and to make the world, I don't know, start hearing them in such a way. I don't know, something like that. It's like in this way try to make the world I don't know, to be afraid of Russia, to start um, perceiving their words as important ones, like they are not joking, something like that. So it's all very complicated to really understand. There are also a lot of explanations on the more deep level, like about society, about values in society, about principles which people are living in, which actually leads to this state of things, makes this violence possible at all. And yeah, for now it's what we have, and of course it's quite stressful in general. It's quite very unstable, uncertain. At the same moment, there is also a strong spirit of unity, of our national unity. Because like some time ago, when I was ending my school, I was really patriotic. I was nationalist and studying history of Ukraine, of Ukrainian insurgent army in the time of Second World War and afterwards. So I was really pro-Ukrainian person for a long time, and with time I kind of a little bit softened to become more a person of the world, trying to see things more globally. But even in this case, even if I cannot say that I'm nationalist. I love my land, of course. I love my culture, and I love people here, and of course everywhere as well. And for me, it's absolutely crazy and strange to see such way of political influence, in 21st century. This is really crazy and unbelievable. Yeah, and inside there are two kind of points of view, at least two, which are fighting between each other. Like one of them is I need to take the weapon and go fighting, and another is opposite, saying go building your life, escape, and so on and so on. Right now, officially, there is no like men are not allowed to leave Ukraine in like male citizens in the age of 18 until 60 years old. They cannot leave Ukraine without reason. What is absolutely reasonable from point of view of protection of our land. And yeah, I would not say that I'm afraid. I personally, in general, I'm not really afraid. I see this drama, which is brother. I see my friends in Kiev who really loves this city, and they are ready to do everything that's possible to help protecting it, not only on streets, but as well different types of behind the scenes processes, like helping the army, breaking down some sites when possible in Russia or something like that. So it's like multiple ways, and as well as sharing and spreading the word in the world about what's going on, asking people to do different campaigns, like writing comments to the posts of special people who have the power in the world, and as well as signing up and spreading the petition. For example, the last one which I was sharing was about cutting off SWIFT system wired transfer for Russian from Europe. Everything you know, is a lot. It's really multi-layer process, and it's very complicated to really say that I am this in this situation, and I believe that this is truth. Everyone is correct. Everyone has its right to believe in what they believe, and as far as I know, in Russian news, there is absolutely opposite situation. They say that their army is saving people from our, I don't know, nationalist, our, I don't know, warriors who are violent, killing children and women. So it's all so strange to see how politics are ruling the world. Um, but from the inner perspective, from inner um, horizon in general, I see this really complicated situation as an opportunity to check that spiritual um, values, that spiritual practices which we were doing like for a long time in practice, to see how really what really do when someone is coming on your land and trying to kill you, to rule your country when you don't ask them to, no, you didn't ask them to come, and they come to save me from what, I don't know. And in this situation it's really complicated to, you know, to be active, to act, to help, to stay a human, and at the same moment to look at this a little bit from a couple of steps behind, to really watch the full picture, to be connected to the source, and so on and so on. Like it's hard to have no fear, and at the same moment not to feel any aggression, not to feel any desire to protect and fight. So it's all inside. It's all happening inside, and it's all like waves in the ocean. And of course, open awareness or something similar is the only way to on top is not probably the correct word, to observe all of this. In general, it's possible. So we have a couple of, like multiple actually, friends around us who even if they speak about news, they speak it from, you know, the point of unity, from this from the point of higher higher self. We have one beautiful poet who is living right now in Odessa, who is making live streams in Instagram. He's a poet. He is writing really wonderful poems about life, about, I would say, spirituality, but it's made in simple words, and he became really popular in, I don't know, very short time.